If you want to get more job interviews, you need to be good at reading a job description and understanding what it's asking for. My name is Mike Peditto, and I have designed and worked with thousands of job descriptions in my career, and I want to help you find the important information and understand how to read these like the map they are to show a company you're qualified for the job. In this video, I'm going to help you understand the structure of a job description and the information that's in there, how to find that key information, and how to read between the lines on some of the things that are in here. Most job descriptions have a similar structure, even if they all look a little bit different. We're going to see the title of the job and where, hopefully salary information on the job. You're going to learn a little bit about the company and the role. You are going to get a list of responsibilities, and you're going to see the qualifications for the role. One of the common questions people often have is, do I have to meet 100% of the qualifications? This is a great example of where this company has broken down the idea of basic qualifications and preferred qualifications. If you are unable to meet these basic qualifications, you're probably not the person for this job, even if it is something that you feel like you can do. One thing most job seekers don't know about is OFCCP compliance laws. OFCCP compliance laws, to keep it simple, essentially say that for many companies that receive government funding for any of their products, they can only consider candidates who meet the minimum qualifications. Now, you will see that listed a few ways: basic qualifications, must-haves, anything that makes it clear this is a necessary part of the job. So in this situation, you would not be able to be considered for this job without this, which is what makes it basic, whereas these become the qualifications that maybe if you're missing them, you can still try to apply for this job. I know that when we look at job listings to apply for a role, we tend to go right to the qualifications, see if we can meet it, and apply if we fit. But I do think there is more information worth looking at before applying to a job. There's a lot you can learn about a job when you read these other sections. For example, in this case, we now know who this role is reporting to. If we decide we want to do some networking and research and reach out to people, we can see exactly who we want to be reaching out to. We also get an idea, especially for large companies, of what specific teams you'll be working on. Something else we can usually tell from a job description is a little bit about the culture and what it's going to be like at this company. I know reading things like this often sound like just some generic corporate speak, but they are written here for a reason, and there's a reason you don't see them in every job description, or at least that different words are used. For a lot of people, ambiguity is not where you best thrive, and this is likely to come up in the interview. Not only will this serve as some interview prep if you do get there, but also helps you understand maybe I don't want to work in an environment where this is the norm. Some people may view this as a red flag, some people may view this as a green flag, but it's important to know the type of environment you want to work in and that these descriptions are often telling you those things. When I see words like grit and resilience, as well as challenges and ambiguity, what I hear is that this is either a new role or potentially on a new team, or in some way in a situation where everything is not going to be that well documented and figured out for you in advance. Again, that might be exciting for some people, but other people may not work well in that environment. These are little things to be looking at. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add this into my Teal job tracker right now. And now that I've moved this role into my Teal job tracker, I'm able to really break down a lot of the skills necessary for this word. You can see here that we're separated by hard skills, soft skills, and emphasis words. Now, some keywords and some skills and some qualifications are going to matter more than others. In general, companies will list the most important projects you'll be doing, as well as the most important parts of your qualifications from top to bottom on a job description, meaning it's far more likely in this role you're going to spend a lot more time on this than you are supporting the business operations team down here. Now, I could be wrong, but again, we can't focus on every single bullet point and being perfect for it, so we can generally understand that companies are writing these in an order for a reason. Understand again that ATS systems are not rejecting your resumes based on if you have enough keywords or not, but that these keywords here do matter for the people looking to see if you've done this part of the job. For example, we can see that operations shows up 24 times in this job description. This is called the head of people operations, of course, so we should know that. But this can tell me right away that if you are not consistently talking about your strong operations work on your resume, you're not matching up keywords in the right way. I'm also going to look at key things here like what teams I'm going to be partnering with. I'm going to notice things such as improving employee experience. I'm going to notice the leading and coaching of other teams. I'm also going to find those things in the qualifications. While this does say preferred, where I think the preferred really comes in is in the 10 plus years. This person is absolutely going to be in a leadership role, and this is letting us know you need to show off the different leadership you've done. There is no doubt when you read this job description that there is going to be a lot of strategic planning in this role, and we can see it highlighted again and again. So I know when I'm making my resume that I'm going to make sure I'm really highlighting my strategic planning. Again, none of this is about beating an ATS. What this is really about is showing the person who's going to look at your resume that you have worked on these things. I am strong in operations. I am strong in process. This is a map to what they're looking for this person to do. It is not just a bunch of buzzwords thrown on here, so just throwing those buzzwords on your resume is not going to be the right approach. In my next video, I'm going to customize a resume using Teal for this job to show you how we can match up why we're not just stuffing keywords in here and how we can best apply and look good for this job without having to completely rewrite a resume every time. So some things to remember are not to ignore these about sections, not to ignore what the qualifications actually are, not to ignore some of the stuff that sometimes sounds like corporate buzz speak because this is what they've chosen to write in here and it is what they find important. Focus on what keywords are showing up the most amount of times, especially starting from the top, and making sure that those are in your resume consistently. Every job description is a little bit different. Some are very vague and that can be really tough, but for the most part, companies do put an effort into showing you what they're looking for in these job descriptions. If you like these videos I'm making, subscribe to the channel to get more career advice, and definitely like and subscribe to get notified when I make the part 2 of this video and I customize a resume for this job. If there's other things you'd like to see me talk about, comment or ask questions. I love to take those topics on next. And hopefully this is a helpful start for you on understanding all of the things that go into a job description.